Hey everybody, welcome back to another DOS drum review. Today we're going to have a quick look at an album called Purple Mountains, and it's by a guy called David Berman. Now, David Berman used to be in an a group called Silver Jews, and I've listened to a bit of Silver Jews stuff before. I liked his voice, I liked his style and that, so I thought I'd give this a whirl. So I'd say like he came on and it was just non-apologetic. This whole album, he just came on and just spat his view at you, which was good in a way. I liked it. It wasn't manufactured. It didn't have any, airs and graces about it. It basically, you got the feeling he wanted to say something. It was a real truth. It was his truth, and it was what he was saying. And I'd say like I watched the video to Darkness and I could recognize him, and yeah, I think his tones were very country bluesy, his voice having a bit of a Johnny Cash style gritty feel to it. Every song had a bit of a dark edge behind kind of uplifting melodies, so I had an uplifting melody behind it and then a bit of a dark edge to what he was actually singing about, and a bit of it was like a bit of a bit of a two-finger salute to the world, a little bit of self-loathing in there. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I found out like that he took a lot of the songs took a different meaning when I found out that he killed himself after actually doing this album, and songs like "All My Happiness Is Gone" and that really started to ring a little bit more true. So despite this being like kind of like a swan song, if you like, it was kind of like an elaborate suicide note in a way. But I mean, he must have been in a dark place. I know he's suffered in the past with alcohol and substance abuse and that, and I think he's had a few scares where he's wanting to end it, and it's just a shame because I thought the guy was a real talent, and I think this album reflects how talented he was. I'd say musically it was fantastic. It was well constructed. It was a guy's story, really. It was a story he was telling. It came across as a story. I'd say there wasn't a bad song on the album. Some standout tracks is I love Margaritas at the Mall. It's brilliant. Darkness and Cold is fantastic. All My Happiness Is Gone is great. Snowfall in Manhattan. I can just go on and on and on about how many great songs is on this album. She's Making Friends and I'm Turning Stranger is probably my favorite track because it's just, the message behind that and the intent in there just really shines true. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I probably wouldn't listen to it on a daily basis. I'd say that. But if it popped up in a playlist or something, I think that all those songs hold merit and they're going to ring true. I'd say there isn't really a bad song on there. It's just not something you could happily throw on, especially with the subject matter, and the feelings behind each one of those songs. It can cut pretty deep, really, with some people. So it's a bit, it's not happy. It's probably not happy, even though the melody in that is happy to each song. If you know the sentiment behind it, it does kind of put a bit of a dark edge to it. But like I say, genius, absolute genius, and well written. And I'm going to give it a strong 9 out of 10. I think there's not a bad song on there. And it's musically and lyrically, it's very, very strong album. So I suggest you go and check it out, even if it's just to listen to on a one-off or whatever, because it is brilliantly done. It's just a shame that we're not going to see much more from this guy off the back of that. And, all I can say is RIP, he's a real talent lost. Anyway, that's a bit of a somber note to end on, but anyway, I'll catch you all next time and I'll look at another album review. If you want to like and subscribe, do all the jingle jangle stuff at the bottom. You know what you're doing more than me. And take care. I'll see you all next time. See you later.